Frank Hassel, former YouTuber, has recently just shown up at Boogie2988's house. The confrontation ended in gunfire, as the two had a dramatic, epic confrontation. Here you can see Keemstar on Twitter. Keem says, update, at Boogie2988 shoots gun at Frank Hassel YT. Police are currently investigating.
This is not a troll. This is not a joke. Boogie2988 fired a gun at Frank Hassel. All right, I just got off the phone with Boogie. It was, in fact, Frank Hassel, according to Boogie, that showed up to his property. Boogie grabbed his gun, according to Boogie. He fired a warning shot in the air that Frank needs to leave. And Frank eventually did leave. And now Boogie is on the phone with the police filing a police report on Boogie. This shit is happening now. And allegedly Frank says he's coming back. Someone's going to get hurt. This is why I didn't upload the interview.
And now we have this famous image circulating online, with Boogie2988 holding what appears to be a revolver. Excellent taste. Pointing it at Frank Hassel. And in the background you can see a person carrying a dog. The dog... I'm sorry, but I just find that hilarious. Now this is very serious. Fortunately for Boogie, he lives in a state that has castle doctrine. It's legal in Arkansas, and essentially, if you fear for your safety, you have a right to shoot anybody who invades your property. The two have been feuding for a long time. Now we're going to go over this drama, we're going to break it all down, and we're going to find out what this is all about. There are a lot of people on Boogie2988's side, but I gotta be honest, folks, I've been looking at all of this and going down this YouTube rabbit hole, and I gotta tell you, I just don't think Boogie is faultless in all of this, and we're gonna talk all about that. We're gonna talk about how people should definitely not come to people's houses just because they're a YouTuber, and we're also gonna talk about internet drama in general. But before we do, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell button for notifications for more content. And if you like this video, please consider giving it a share. So these two have been feuding for a very, very long time. As far as I can tell, Frank Hassel is an online personality and somewhat of a troll, and he is a critic of Boogie2988. Now, one of the things that bothers me about all of this is the fact that it seems like Frank Hassel had his YouTube channel taken down, and reports are Boogie got his fan base to mass report this guy's videos and get his YouTube channel taken down. This is what I believe is the motivation for Frank Hassel showing up at Boogie's house. Now we're going to jump into all of this because I have a few things to show you, a few clips, but before we do, a quick shout out to my sponsor, Double Tap Audio Headphone. These are high quality premium headphones designed to not break. The R1 version come in a variety of different styles. They're completely handmade and made in the USA. You can also get the R2 versions, which are modular. They come with interchangeable parts, and you can even upgrade to Bluetooth, listen to music wirelessly on the go. One full charge lasts 20 hours. Get yours today. Click the link down below in the description. So as I was looking down this YouTube rabbit hole, what happened? How was it that this man, Frank Hassel, ended up at Boogie's house? Well, they've been feuding for a long time. Here's a clip from the kill stream.
What I saw was a man who is like afraid to be helped. Like I saw clips where somebody was on his stream. Somebody was on his stream saying that I was going to go to his house, and
you're posting like Joker gifts and shit. Are you aware that when you watch Batman, the Joker's supposed to be the bad guy, not the role model? Frank, are you aware of that? I don't know if you like pick up on shit like that.
Frank, are you the Joker?
Like you don't want to fire
you speak in a very submissive tone of voice, like the language that you use and the way you talk to me. It's like you want me to dominate you.
And you can basically see that Frank Hassel is very critical of Boogie2988 and that they've exchanged a lot of banter online. Now, Boogie himself does not like to be criticized. Every time you try to criticize him, he'll play the victim, he'll ignore what you're saying, or he'll deflect with humor. And you can see a lot of that in this clip. Now, what I believe that we're seeing is an escalation between two different people. There's Frank Hassel, who's critical of Boogie and constantly being censored online, possibly by Boogie's own community. And then you have Boogie, who has this pathological need to engage with the trolls Now, I also wanted this video to be a message to Boogie2988. Don't engage with trolls. There's no winning in these internet feuds. There's no winning with this kind of drama. It can only end in bad confrontation. Now, I'm speaking from experience. As someone who's dealt with trolls and very unwell people online, I can tell you for a fact, there are crazy people out there. Let's just make one thing clear. No matter what, you should never show up at a YouTuber's house. That is insane. A lot of people seem to think that just because you have an online presence, that gives people a right to intrude on every aspect of your life. For me, my responsibility is to my own viewers to bring them content, not be a screw-up, or at least not screw up too much. I can only do my best. But it is not to, for example, be your best friend. I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not here to invite you to my place of living or anything like that. If you show up to my house, I will call the cops. It's the same thing here. So I don't know if Boogie handled this right. The fact that he drew a gun seems unnecessary. It seems like he could have just hashed it out with Frank Hassel. Now, Boogie's released a video on YouTube called Confronting a Stalker, Do Not Come to a YouTuber's House. Now, while this is completely true, and I agree, I feel like Boogie is leaving out a lot of context. Boogie has been whining about this online, on social media for a while, and Frank Hassel and him have been dishing it out, shitposting at each other. You know, apparently Boogie claims that the guy made threats. However, it also seems like Boogie has also made threats towards Frank Hassel, and here is the big problem. People are saying that Boogie is within his right because of Castle doctrine, but they forget to mention that Boogie also made threats beforehand on Twitter. Now, I couldn't find those tweets. Perhaps they were deleted by Boogie, but I will say this, that could hurt your case for Castle doctrine. So who knows how this is going to end.
Hey guys, I guess I should make a video about this. I need to be very careful about what I say here because this is now a criminal investigation, but I'm currently trending on Twitter because I had a stalker come to my home today. Long story short, several months ago, this guy decided that it was his decision to start stalking me and harassing me, threatening me mentally, physically, threatening to come to my home, threatening to harm me when he did. I made it abundantly clear to him and anyone else that would listen that he was not welcome in my home, that because of his previous threats that I would pull a gun on him. And today he decided to show up. And so I did exactly that. I pulled a gun on him. I told him to leave my property. I told him that I felt threatened. I fired a warning shot so that he would leave.
Come on, you fucking pussy. What's the deal? Open fire. Open fire. And then what? You're going to shoot me? You're going to kill me?
No, I really think that out of all of the drama with Boogie, his supposed downfall and rise, his supposed issues, this is probably the worst way he could have handled all of this. This is probably the worst things he's ever done. And I'm not saying this judgmentally. I'm saying this as someone who has a brain and someone who understands that this is a problem. Frank Hassel is a troll. I mean, look at the shirt he's wearing. He memed Boogie. He memed this whole event. Boogie took the bait. He was absolutely baited.
This is Frank Hassel. I guess a lot of his content has to do with, kind of messing with people. He's the former owner of the subreddit Sam and Toki, which pretty much was dedicated to, messing with YouTubers. And Boogie was probably its most popular victim. The story goes back a long time, but the Sam and Toki subreddit has been removed. Mr. Hassel's YouTube channel, where he messes with other people, got taken down, surprisingly. And, of course, it's all Boogie's fault, or at least Frank is saying in public.
Boogie,
I'm just playing. You guys know.
the only thing you need to think about, the only thing you need to know about is that I'm going to show up, and you're not going to win, and it's going to be the worst day of your life.
Yeah, okay. Buddy.
It's going to be fucked up.
We're getting in the area of not just messing with somebody or a public figure online. This is probably legitimate harassment. I think that's a legitimate threat and potentially should be taken seriously after you get a tweet. I'm in Fayetteville.
Now, I think the thing that we can learn from all of this is the biggest lesson we can learn from all of this is that You shouldn't feed the trolls, you shouldn't attack trolls, and you should not engage. Now, Frank Hassel is utterly in the wrong. He will probably face some sort of criminal penalties. However, I'm not going to say that Boogie is going to get out of this scot-free either. There is one thing that we can all agree on, is that you should not harass YouTubers, you should not show up at YouTubers' houses, and this is insane. This is all absolutely insane. Now, I've got to tell you this. You have to stop. Stop engaging with the trolls. Stop hiding behind your mental unwellness. It is not an excuse to constantly perpetuate a cycle of engaging with your critics, engaging with people who dislike you, or even attacking other people. You have to stop. You see, it seems like Boogie2988 is stuck in this cycle of, oh, I'm being trolled. Oh, I'm going to attack the trolls. Oh no, I'm being trolled more. Now I'm going to complain about it online, and oh, people are going to give me positive attention for that because I am the victim. Oh, look, another troll. I better engage. And it's just this endless cycle, and I think we're seeing where it leads. What we're looking at here is a story of a man who is insane and unhinged. Frank Hassel, you are in the wrong 110%. You should not be showing up at people's houses. Trolling is fine. It is not illegal to troll. But this is, beyond that, this is harassing, okay? And it's not okay, and I condemn it. Boogie, now, look, I don't want to hear anything about victim blaming, because I do not believe that Boogie is blameless. I want to show you the following clip from a YouTuber called Deep Left Jokel Experience, who explains how Boogie perpetuates Boogie versus Frank Hassel. I really liked what he had to say.
It becomes a justification. Look at these bad things that happened, and therefore it becomes a perpetuation of future cycles of negativity, abuse, manipulation. And what Frank does is he just lays it all out there. And, you know, maybe it's sacrilegious to call him a biblical prophet, but when he just lays into somebody and he says, you know, you're going to pretend to be this weak little snake. You're going to pretend to be this weak little worm on your belly with no arms, no legs. I can't defend myself. You know, he just kind of lays in. Not saying that that's the best way to do it or that's the way I would do it. But compare that kind of behavior to an internet professional, someone who's been on the internet for 10 plus years, you know, millions of views, content creator, has been in the news, has been all around. He knows how things work. He's an intelligent guy. He manipulates, he lies, and then he creates these, or he gets confused when he tells these stories of abuse. It's like, was that a false memory? Was that a real memory? You know, and again, we can understand objectively that abuse messes people up. It puts them in a state of confusion. It puts them in a state of weakness. And if it's not addressed, if it's not fought against, that kind of influence can perpetuate, right? People can want to recreate abuse. But dwelling in that abuse is not the way to overcome it. And dwelling in that abuse is not helping anybody. You know, constantly bringing it up, as a defense mechanism. Oh, well, I'm probably like this because I was abused. You know, everyone has been on the receiving end of some kind of injustice or unfairness or...
And he basically talks about how Boogie perpetuates this cycle of victimization and just downright insanity. I have another clip here, and I believe it really outlines the problem that I'm trying to address. You have a feud between Boogie2988 with a female YouTuber who criticized him for saying that his dad deserved better.
And you tell me that man didn't deserve better than that. I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you, and I will knock you the fuck out. I will knock you the fuck out. I will fucking floor you. You tell me that man didn't deserve better than that. Then I'll knock you the fuck out. I'll knock you on your fucking ass. I swear to God, I will.
And then what, you're gonna shoot me? You're gonna kill me?
Things are complicated, folks. If you threaten that you're going to pull a gun out on someone online and then you do it, who's in the wrong? Well, it's a castle doctrine state, so I don't think Boogie is going to get in too much trouble over this. Frank will definitely get in some trouble over this, but this hasn't been good for anybody. See, this is the sort of horrible event that I've tried to avoid my entire life. I do not want drama. I don't want anything to do with it. I make content online. Maybe you don't like the content, then you don't have to watch. Of course, I would love it if more people watch my content, but if you hate my content and you hate me, you don't have to watch it. Don't waste your time trying to destroy other people. That is not healthy either. I'm just making content. I'm making videos. It is harmless. This is the same thing here. From what it seems like Frank Hassel blames Boogie for his subreddit being taken down, for his YouTube channel being taken down, and I wouldn't be surprised if Boogie's complaining online is what directly led to those events. Because Boogie just can't help himself. He's escalating the situation constantly. This is something they teach you in, like, police academy. Don't escalate the situation. So you know what? That is pretty much the story, my friends. Boogie2988 versus Frank Hassel. And you know what? This is not good for anybody. But that, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? Look, I'm torn on this. I hate to be a fence sitter on this one. I hate to be not sure, but I think that a lot of my points are valid here. And Boogie, once again, you've got to stop engaging with trolls. Stop the victimhood complex. It will consume you. This escalation is a warning sign for you to wake up. Anyhow, if you like the content I produce, join me on Patreon or Subscribestar. You can donate via DonorBox, and you can also send me crypto, visit my merch store, or one of my sponsors. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.